Man, you guys know what time it is, man. We doing a Friday. It's a Friday night. Things
Yo,
be
I
popping
know.
over here in Commanders Land for
Yo,
real. You're listening
it's
to.
a Friday night.
I
And no SmackDown for me right now.
I,
You know
I
what I'm
want
saying?
to
It's a
watch. Oh,
Friday.
I've been trying. I want to
Yo,
watch it myself. To be honest with you,
right.
you're listening to the All Burgundy and Go Everything Commanders podcast show, powered by the Urban Sports Scene of Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia. I'm Wole, and I got my guy Glenn in the building. What's going on, Glenn?
Hey, nothing much, man. I think it's like 5 nights in a row. Is it
Yeah,
5 nights in a
man.
row?
I think
Yo,
so, man. They
yeah,
they 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 getting us.
they
They,
getting us.
they getting us.
I'm not even mad, but they getting us. Adam Peters doing his thing.
Yeah.
I'm ready to talk Commanders because today was kind of a big day.
It was, man. Like there was some things there was some stuff I didn't expect. I won't even lie to you guys, man. Did not
Yeah,
expect it. I actually was like, this individual wasn't coming back, and this individual is back. So I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm happy. I
yeah.
won't lie to you. Before we talk about some of these cool signs that we got today, we got to knock out some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search our All Burgundy and Go Everything. Hit us up on IG, TikTok, X, just at ABG_ everything. Also, like our All Burgundy and Go Everything Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to the All Burgundy and Go Everything YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. The super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. All right, here comes the rundown, man. We're going to talk about the Commanders re-signing guard Chris Paul, bringing back Dyami Brown, and also signing wide receiver Van Jefferson to the mix. All right, let's get into it, Glenn. We heard earlier today, and let's go with the most important news to be real with you, the more impactful news. We got a report just about I want to say an hour ago or something like that,
I'll go.
that Chris Paul, the guard for the Washington Commanders, has been re-signed to a 1-year deal, man. Your thoughts on that on the news?
We've been talking about it all week here. If y'all been listening to us on the All Burgundy Gold Everything, we'll be talking about Chris Paul, how Chris Paul needs to come back to this team. I think we talked extensively last night, or I think whatever night we had Candy on, about how Chris Paul is valuable, how Chris Paul has progressed over the years, right? This is a guy, his first season, his first few years on the league, in the first few years in the league, like we was like, man, what is he doing, right?
Yeah.
But like bench him, get rid of him, right? Like
yeah.
we was like, yo, he needs some work. But to where he was at last year, I mean, this dude played over 926 offensive snaps, right? That's 88% of the season and started 15 games for this Washington Commander team. And if you look at Pro Football Focus and look at the stats, he only gave up 2 sacks and 2 penalties all season long, right? 2 sacks, 2 penalties all this season long. You can't let an offensive guard walk out the door like that, right?
Yeah, I agree.
You can't let him walk out. Now, does he need some? Do he need some help in the run blocking? Sure, right? But that's something that can be worked on. But that's something that can be worked on. I mean, he graded out at 78.2, and he was the 5th best pass blocking guard in the entire league. Yo, you can't let that walk away. And Washington didn't let it walk away. Adam Peters didn't let it walk away. And Chris Paul is still at home.
I love it. I love everything you said, Glenn. I think that it was a win, man. And the most important thing though is stability. We keep talking about let's do things for Jaden Daniels. Like that's been a thing, right? It has to be. Adam Peters said we're doing things for Jaden. That was a thing. That was his thing. We got to make sure all of our signings help progress Jaden Daniels. Well, Glenn, you said something very important. Chris Paul doesn't give up sacks like that. Jaden Daniels is your pride and joy. So it's hard. You can't let a guy like that leave your organization, leave your team. And I'm glad they value what he brought to the table because, when we keep hearing about this regime and how they talk about you got to earn your keeper, earn your spot. Chris Paul is an individual who defines that, right? He came in here as a project, to be real with you. They saw potential in him in that last regular season game against the Dallas Cowboys, a game that Sam Howell started for the first time. But Chris Paul showed promise. They thought maybe he can kind of turn up in the offseason, but it didn't go his way, right? But he learned from that, got better within this regime, and became a better football player. And when he got the opportunity, he took Brandon Coleman's position. And it's not to say that Brandon Coleman was a bad player, but he took his position because he outplayed him. He outplayed him in training camp, he outplayed him in preseason, and outplayed him in regular season. And it doesn't mean that Brandon Coleman was bad at his position. That's how well, to what Glenn is talking about, that's how well Chris Paul played. Glenn has told you 5th in the NFL between all guards in terms of giving up sacks, right? 5th.
Yep.
So it lets you know what kind of player he is. So I'm glad they brought him back. And I want to ask you, Glenn, like, how important was this signing in terms of to stabilize this offensive line?
Oh, I think it was very important, man, because you think about it, you got Larry Tunsil on the left side, Chris Paul playing next to him, right? You know, you got Algetti, and then you have that other Sam Cosmi, the other guard, right? And then you have the young kid Connolly at your right tackle. Like, everything is shored up except for the center position, and we'll talk about that later. We'll talk of getting to that later. But you have valuable depth, right? Cosby, who's 1 year removed from an ACL. You got there. So you got Connolly, who is young. I mean, Sam Cosby removed from the ACL.
Yeah, I got you.
Connolly, who's young, don't know how he's developed from first season to second season. But you have interchangeable guys that can play different places. When you talk about Trent Scott today re-signed. You know what I'm saying? Right. So at a press conference today, he re-signed. You have Brandon Coleman, who's coming back to this team. Right. So if everybody stays healthy, you have depth on this offensive line, which is key, because last year there wasn't as much depth, and this year you have guys who are competing for jobs, and everybody's going to be better. And Larry Tunsil, who is the senior statesman in the room, is teaching people how to work, right? Teaching people how to maneuver, teaching people how to move. Hey, to do business. You heard it today from Trent Scott. Listen, if you listen to the press conference, how to do business, right? How to conduct themselves as offensive linemen, how to work out. This group right here is going to be solid. This group right here is going to work together. I didn't even mention Wally, right?
Yeah, Wiley, yeah.
What I didn't mention Wiley, right? So again, they got right now the Washington Commanders offensive line is kind of stout, except for one position that we need to shore up, which I think is going to come in the next couple of days or in the draft. So
yeah. I like it. I like everything you said. I think it's important to notice that we said this, at the end of the season, that this offensive line was the strength of this team, and it's important to keep it together. Now, granted, like, they let Biotish go, and we'll see what comes from there, right? What they decide to do at center, but you're keeping some of the main pieces who performed at a high level for you on this team. He looked at the market and decided, maybe he didn't get the deal he wanted and Chris Paul, or maybe like he figured out that it's better on this side. You know what I mean? When you're playing alongside a Laramie Tunsil, that does make life a little easier, right? You're playing besides one of the best offensive linemen in football. It's going to make you look better. So I just think that the most important thing, and we said this even the year that the Washington went to the NFC Championship game, and the offseason, they let pieces go. The most important thing is, like, now a unit that has success, they're just trying to keep them together rather than letting people go away. And I think Adam Peters has learned his lesson from that.
Can you? I'm gonna comment here. I think Scott said this. Scott G20 said this. Yo, DC Slim, man. Yeah, man. Mom got this shirt a long time ago, man. I had to pull out I didn't know all this was gonna happen today. I pulled it out the closet. I pulled it out the closet this morning because it snowed yesterday here in Virginia. And so I'm like, it's still a little chilly this morning, man. It went from 80 degrees down to like 40.
We had that here.
Yeah, I need something different. So I had to pull this out this morning. I guess it brought some good juju in the vibe for the Washington Commanders today.
I know that's right.
But here we go, man. But DC, let's see, my bad. Let's go back
Scott,
to
you look with Scott.
Scott. Yeah, there it is. Hey, trenches of both sides look solid on paper right now. Not only do they look solid on paper, this is what Candy talks about this. I talk about this. Yo, practice is going to be fun.
Hopefully.
Hopefully practice is going to be legit. When you see when they ever get one-on-ones, offense versus defense, when they ever line up 11 against 11, practice. You're going to talk about guys that can go get it. You got an offensive line that can go get it, and the new defensive players that have been talking like, go back and listen to press conferences, man. These dudes got me pumped. They got me pumped like I'm ready to go play football, man. But again, it's practice. The trenches, Scott, you're right. The trenches on both sides look solid right now. The trenches on both sides are going to be able to compete against each other, and everybody's going to make everybody better, man.
I know. I like the way you think. I like the way you think about that. That's important. Actually, that's a very important point, Glenn. That the trenches are finally. I do feel like that is a positive. That in camp they're gonna properly be tested. You know what I mean? Like at least in the interior they're gonna be properly tested. They're gonna be tested within speed because there's guys on the outside that have speed. You know what I mean? Like in the O-way or whatnot. They're gonna see different. They're gonna see some different like skill sets that will prepare them more for the regular season. And that's what I'm happy about. So yeah, Timothy, we're gonna get to Dyami. Yeah, I am happy. We'll get to it. But yeah, I am happy. And everybody knows I like Dyami.
What's that song? I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Exactly. We'll get to Dyami, but I want to give I do want to give Paul his flowers. And because I just think that this signing was big. And I know I think my man Scott said like I had to be patient. You're right, Scott. I had to be a little patient because I was kind of annoyed. I was like, don't let this man walk. But you know what? Adam Peters, man, you are proving me wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Like your way of doing business for this situation, I thought you would let him walk like Jeremy Chin's situation. But obviously, I think he has learned from last year. I really do. I think he has learned from last year.
I think so too. And I want guys and the fans to understand this wasn't a fan move, right? This wasn't like the old regime because we like you type move. Yeah. Because let's be honest, Chris Paul did go out there looking, right? Yeah. He was looking and didn't, and I guess nobody bit the number that he wanted. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to find the number that he has. Or maybe Washington has a lot of money, so I guess they probably gave him the money that he's looking for. But again, what takes in consideration too when you moving around is not just playing, but it's my family. Yeah. Do we really feel like moving?
Yeah,
the organization hadn't treated me bad. We got some pieces. I see what they're doing here on the other side of the ball. Hey, you know what, agent? I want to stay. Call Adam Peters. Tell him I want to stay.
My man Dan said, Paul re-signed is the most underrated signing in my opinion. He's done great in the O-line, and AP made the right decision. I totally agree with you, Dan. Totally agree with you. All right, well, you know what? Let's go to the other signing. Like everybody wants to know how happy I am. Yeah, I'm happy about this. All right, yeah, he's back in the middle.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Van Jefferson. Oh, I'm just joking.
Man. I mean, that one I just kind of rolled my eyes, but it's okay. All right, Dyami Brown's back. Signed a 1-year deal, probably worth up to $3 million. So obviously, it's not like he's solidified here. It's the 1-year deal for $3 million. So, but I'm glad he's brought back. What does for you, Glenn? What does Dyami Brown being back mean for the Commanders' wide receiver room?
I think it gives you that guy who can blow the top off, right? It's good bringing somebody who's familiar with the organization, not necessarily the offense, because we don't know what David Blah is gonna, Blah is gonna run. He's familiar, but you also have a quarterback who's familiar with a receiver, right? Who's familiar with the receiver's speed, what it can do. If you looked at the season when it was 12-5 2 years ago, it was already building in the playoff. There was building some consistency, right? Some consistency. It was building some rapport. If you don't believe me, go back and look at the playoff game. Dyami was eating. Dyami was cooking, right? In the playoffs, right? So that's what it means back to this organization. I don't think Dyami ever wanted to leave, but the number said so. And let's be honest, he didn't do what he was supposed to do in Jacksonville last year.
He didn't. No, he didn't cut it. He didn't cut it.
He didn't cut it, right? He only had 20 catches all year for 227 yards.
It had some drops. To be real,
has some drops, but he is competing. And one thing you can like about Dyami is that, again, you know what you're going to get. The drop issue he needs to clean up, because just think about it. He had drops here in Washington too.
That's true.
Right? He had drops here before he left Washington. He needs to clean the drops up. Because again, you got guys. He's still gonna have to fight to get on the field because you got Treylon Burks, right? It's not a given. He's back in Washington, but it's not a gimme.
He's not giving makes the team either.
Yeah, it's not a gimme makes the team either. So it's again, he still have to put in work because guess you have Treylon Burke, you have Terry McLaurin, you have Van Jefferson, and you still have them might be bringing in another 1 or 2 receivers who's still out there. Stephon Diggs is still out there. Let's be honest, right? It looked like we're bringing hometown boys back. So let's talk about another. I'm not saying they bring. I'm just saying he got some legal issues that he got to clear up in April. But again, he's a hometown boy that's out there. So again, you still have other wide receivers who's out there. You got Jennings who's still out there, right?
He's rumored to be going to the Chargers.
He's rumored. Until that bad boy's inked, man. Until they clear that boy, we still got Jennings. You got Brandon Ayuk. still out there.
That's the one. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much that's the one everybody want to see. But again, so there's still some top receivers that are out there where Dyami is going to have to fight for some playing time. All right.
Yeah. I agree.
I said, yo, Paul, here come Paul, man. Yo, Paul, man. Hey, I didn't want to go there, Paul, because we ain't gonna say his name. But Paul, you starting trouble already, man. I ain't seen Mike in a minute, man. If anybody seen Mike, tell him.
God, man, where is Mike at? I know.
Yeah, we ain't seen Mike in a minute. But Paul's already started. Get rid of Luke. Paul's already started.
I know. Where is Mike at? I've been like, that's the thing. Like, where is Mike at? You ain't lying about that, my guy. So yeah, I think you said everything you said. You said everything, and I think that the most important thing for me is the dimension of what they were missing last year. A guy that can blow the top off the roof, like, and the rapport he had with Jaden. Right, they have rapport, they have chemistry, and that was a thing that we didn't. That's what to me hindered the progression of Jaden Daniels last year. Was like you got rid of guys that he had rapport with, and he had to try to build that again. You know what I mean? Like he did positive work with Dyami, and even I wasn't a fan of him, but Zacchaeus, like, you know what I mean? Like, but he had a good rapport. You got it, and they weren't expensive individuals. They wasn't acting like they bring in the bank. You chose not to re-sign them, and I just feel like you're going back to something that Jaden has comfortability with. Again, it goes to the theme of protecting Jaden Daniels, taking care of Jaden Daniels, right? With the way the contract is not like you're investing a lot in Dyami Brown. No one's saying Dyami's going to be the number 2. I'm not saying that, but he's part of the rotation. He has an opportunity to be part of the rotation. He's got to compete with Treylon Burks to get his opportunities to be on this football field. Agree with you, Glenn. I think everything you said is perfect. We're talking about Luke McCaffrey. I think Luke McCaffrey has to compete with them too. Luke McCaffrey's got to win the job to get more playing time as a receiver. It's not going to be given. I know Adam Peters, that's his draft pick. He wants him to play well, but he's got to. All these guys will be competing. Van Jefferson, who we will talk about, he will be competing. I believe is his father on the staff. Did I read that correctly? That his father is on the staff. I could be wrong. Like someone told me his father's on the staff. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong. But I'm just saying that all of that is involved. Like this is a good situation for Dyami Brown because this is the place he had success with Jaden. He was going on a run, like you mentioned, that playoffs. He was on a run with when he played well against Tampa, played well against Detroit. The Eagles game was a little, but he played. But he has great chemistry with Jaden Daniels, and I think that's the most important thing.
Nah, his dad is his wide receiver coach for the Jets.
The Jets, okay. My brother was wrong. I'm sorry, Al. You were wrong. I don't know why you told me that. You were wrong. All right. But yeah, I think that that's a great. I think Dyami being back is good twofold because one is good for Jaden, and two, he fits something that his team missed last year. We saw it last year, like the speed they needed speed.
But what you also have this year, what was going to help Dyami out, is that you have receivers, and not only do you have receivers, but you have a tight end with Chig.
Yeah,
and that can they gotta cover for, right?
Yeah,
and so which helps a speedster go down the field because they're paying attention to Terry, they're paying attention to tight end, they're paying attention to everything else, and you can get behind the coverage and find that open spot and can go. Other person I forgot to mention, and I'm kind of looking, I'm kind of searching. Debo needs to come back. Ain't nobody signed him yet. Washington, go ahead and ink the deal.
I'm gonna tell you
and bring that cat back.
Go for it. I think there's a plan. I feel like, if Debo comes back, they're not getting Ayuk.
No, I don't think you need. I don't think.
No. Well, I'm just telling you, if Debo comes, they're not getting Ayuk. I'm that confident to say that. So
I'd rather have Debo than Ayuk. Anyway.
I would too. I just know, like, so it will give you a clue if Debo is brought back, they're not going after Ayuk anymore. If Debo, but I think they're going after the Ayuk. I mean, not saying that that's what I want. I just feel like that's what they're going to do. But the Niners are making it hard. But I will say, like, I do think that Debo is an option. I don't care what anybody says. I think Debo is definitely an option.
I think Debo's an option.
I think Debo is definitely an option. Y'all can say no all you want, but I think Debo's if Debo wants to come back, he's an option.
I think people say no, but you got to look at what Debo did without Terry McLaurin, without Jaden Daniels, right?
I agree.
The dude still put up numbers last year. He gave this team opportunity and a chance to win football games. Even from the kickoff return situation. So he had an opportunity. So I think Debo, he came in fit, he came in shape. He wasn't a distraction to this team. He enjoyed being on this team. We saw what he could do on Christmas Day, right? When he caught the ball and got into the end zone. Again, he still has the ability to play this game. And if you can get him, if he gives you a discount and you can get him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
If he gives you a home team discount, you take him at the discount. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying pay $30 million for him.
And you won't have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm saying take him as a discount and let him go.
You could probably get him on a 1-year deal again. Yeah. Like, let's be real. Like, if Debo is interested in coming back, you get him on 1 year. It's possible you can get him on a 1-year deal.
Get him on 1-year deal.
And if you do that, that's a win. That's not a loss. That's a win. You know what I'm saying? Debo on a 1-year deal, like Glenn said, an opportunity to really play with Jaden Daniels. He didn't get that opportunity. An opportunity to play with Jaden Daniels. I think that's a win. Like he didn't get a chance. People are going off of Debo without playing with Jaden. Like, think about Debo with Jaden.
You're right, Paul. We forgot when we talk about receivers, we forgot Jalen Lane. Lane can do both kickoff return and punt return. You're correct. Dyami can go back there as well. So,
Dyami is not a good returner. He can go back, but he's not a returner.
A surefire returner.
Yeah, he's not a returner. But Lane is a returner. Luke is a returner. I'm just telling you, he's a returner. I ain't saying if I like. He's my preference. He's a returner. I'm just telling you, he's a returner. I'm just being real. Look, I gotta be real to all the people out here. They won't think I'm just a hater. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a returner. Right. You know what I'm saying? He a returner. So I'm just saying. So I'm just for the folks out there, know that I'm fair. Luke is a returner. But I do like it. I like these moves today. Because, again, I think there's a plan, right? There's a plan to what they're doing. And I think that's the most important thing. Washington has provided a plan. And bringing back Dyami Brown in this mix is going to be something else. Do you think, Glenn, I'm going to ask you, do you think with Dyami, where do you think he falls? All right, let's just say they're going to get a number 2. So we don't know who the number 2 receiver is, right? We don't know right now. So Terry in the number 2. Who else falls? Like, where would Dyami fall? In that after that, like, where would he fall after that?
He's like the 4th receiver.
Who would be 3rd?
Treylon Burke.
So you got Treylon over him.
Yeah, I got Treylon over him. I got Burke over Dyami.
Okay.
A possession receiver, who has a little bit of speed. They can go get it. I think Dyami has to fight for that 4th spot. Again, we talk about Van Jefferson, who may not make this team. Yeah, I'm just being honest with you. It depends on how many receivers they want to keep. And David Blau's offense, we haven't seen his offense yet. Don't know what he's going to run. But again, if they decide to go under center and run a little bit of power you're taking a receiver off the field. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're not gonna have the opportunity to have all those receivers out there. Now they're gonna go, Cliff Kingsbury spread that bad boy, go 5 wide every time. You know what I'm saying? You got opportunity to have some speed and people on the field. Not to mention, we can't do that too because you also got a tight end. So again, limit receivers. If they go 21 personnel, right? Receivers reps are going to be limited this year. But again, you have guys who are fresh. You figure Terry will play majority of the snaps.
Yeah.
Whoever the number 2 may be will play the other half of the snaps. Now the rest of the guys are fighting for position between Luke McCaffrey, Van Jefferson, and Dyami Brown. Those are three that we know right now. So again, it goes back to the word of the year or the word of the week or the word for this offseason, competition and competing for your spot.
Yeah. I think they'll compete. I think Dyami's gonna be competing with Treylon Burke. I don't think it's be given. I think it's gonna be a competition. But also I think that it also depends on who is the number 2 wide receiver. Because the number 2 wide, Terry, you can say is a speedster in a way, but you probably want a younger, faster individual. So it depends on who the number 2 is. The number 2 is a speedster. Then I think Treylon Burke will probably, to your point, Glenn, I think he's that probably be that individual in that slot. If the number 2 is like on the Ayuk, I can see Dyami Brown getting the number 3 spot because of how it works out. Because Ayuk is more of a route runner, right? And then you would have the speedster and Dyami is the 3rd receiver. I can see that being a thing. But if But like Paul, if you want Dyami to feel, if you want Jaden to feel comfortable, Terry is one and Dyami is two. That's true. He was comfortable. That is true. He's very comfortable as Dyami is too. But
Yeah,
you can get better. Like you don't know, but you want better. Like I'm not gonna lie, you do want a better option at number 2. As much as I like Dyami, you do want a better option as number 2.
You do, and again, Jaden. We're talking about just in the past, but Jaden hasn't thrown. We're talking about a Jaden Daniel who's coming off an injury, who hasn't really thrown a ball or been in
it's not
competition for a while.
It's not happening. It's not happening, Slim. So let's just stop.
Hey, Slim.
It's not happening. Just stop.
Nah, you know that's not gonna happen.
It's
Slim.
not happening. Just stop, bro. Like
it's
good.
I would hold on. I'm gonna entertain Slim for a minute. Okay, and Slim, I'm gonna entertain you. We got some time tonight. I got SmackDown on the DVR. So here it is. Slim, what would you trade Terry for?
Terry's not going to even get you a
Terry.
I don't know what Terry will get you for.
What would Terry? If you traded Terry, Slim, what are you trading Terry for? Players, draft picks.
That's true. Yeah, I agree. Jane doesn't trust everyone. That is true, Paul. He don't trust Luke like that for real either. I'm gonna let y'all know. Second round pick. Terry ain't get you no second round pick. Oh, y'all be tripping. Terry's not getting you a second round pick. So he may get you a third. I'm a 30. He probably get you a third. I think he's a third, maybe a fourth. Maybe a fourth.
But you know what? He might get you a third, second. He might get you a late second round, maybe third.
That's a low end trade. Yeah, low end trade. Yeah, I know.
That's low end trade. Hey, to go back to
because of age too. Because of the age. That's what I'm saying.
Go back to what Paul said. Jaden don't trust everyone. He doesn't. But you know what? There's a lot of football. There's a lot of players to get the football to now because you got my man Rasheed White. If you listen to his press conference today, that's my boy. Every time he said that's my best friend, that's my dude.
Oh my god!
Hey, that's my buddy. Go back and listen. That my man. If I was a drinker and every time he said Jaden was his best friend, I'd probably be drunk on this podcast. But I don't even drink. Right? He said it. He said it so much.
He said that for real. He was doing that.
Dog, it was a lot.
It
was a lot.
Right.
It became almost irritating to me. But again, that's just me. I know he's your best friend. We got secrets, this, that, and other. But again, hope Jaden doesn't think that way and feel like he has to get his boy the ball. You know what I'm saying? Get the guy the ball who's open. That's one thing. That's what I'm talking about. You have your friends on your team. Understand this is a business.
Yep.
I'm not trying to get you the ball. I'm trying to get the ball to the player that's open or the player that's in my progression. I'm not trying to make business deals, not early in the season. This team, let's be honest, right? With all these moves that Washington made and solidify, and I won't say this till we get to the end, this team has to come out the gates on fire.
Yes.
This team has to come out. There's no room for error in the first 4 or 5 games. We don't even know who the schedule is, who they're playing, but whoever they're playing, whoever's on the schedule, this team has to come out. I'm saying training camp, first preseason game on fire. We can't have an incident like the New England Patriots last year.
Yeah, they gotta be. We gotta see signs, and and our reporters gotta give us the 100 about like what's really going on in terms of like how they really look. There's a lot of stuff that I don't want, and I'm not saying the people we talk to. We got people who keep the bean, but I'm talking about like this team needs to play with a different passion. And practice with a different passion in camp. I don't want to see no like lax tackling. Like I want to see them really like flying. You know what I'm saying? Like true competition. Like Glenn, you're a football coach. You know what you keep an eye on, like in situations when getting your team ready. You want to see your team flying and playing with a certain type of edge.
11 dudes to the football, man. Everybody around the ball, 11 dudes, 11 hats. Where the ball go left, 11 dudes to the left. The ball goes right, 11 dudes to the right. The ball come down the middle, is 11 dudes coming in. And you want that competition, and you want that thing to be able to maneuver and move. Because here, at the end of the day, this team has to be able to produce. There's jobs on the line, right? Adam Peters and Dan Quinn told us this can't happen again, right? If you the press conference they did at the end of the year, they said it together. It can't happen again. So now they're putting everything in position, giving everybody the pieces to go ahead and make sure it doesn't happen again. And again, go back and listen to the press conferences again. Some of these defensive dudes, a lot of the thing, I like that David Aldridge asked a question, right? And he asked every player the question today: why Washington?
Oh wow.
Why Washington? You had the chance to stay in Kansas City. You had the chance to stay in Tampa. You had the chance to stay whatever. Some of these dudes are coming off teams where they won Super Bowls.
Yeah.
right? They could have had an opportunity to say, why Washington? Because everybody and most people say it because of the culture, because of the coaching staff, because of what's going on in his organization. We see good things, right? And so again, they even asked my man Rashad White, which I thought was the best answer he had. Like, was this your first choice? He was like, nah, this wasn't my first choice. He didn't say who his first choice was, but he said this wasn't his first choice. But again, why Washington? Because people believe in this team, believe in the culture, believe in the coaching staff. So if they believe in the coaching staff, believe in the team, believe in here, every player has to be successful. And guys on the defensive side of the ball, hey, it's flying around. I know what people say, they want to see high-power offense, but guess what? Teams that win championships have good defenses. Let's look. Seattle defense last year.
Trey, thanks you to that Trey cliches. Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Dan's been quiet, but again, you got to have a good defense. Look at Seattle. Look at Seattle's defense. They confused. They were on point, right? They confused New England, and got a dub in the Super Bowl. So if you want to win a championship, I know everything. Everybody loves what happened in the offense. To me, that defense is solid right now and has to stay healthy and be able to play for this team to go further.
Yeah, they have to definitely lock in. The defense has to lock. I mean, not lock in. Well, they're gonna have to lock in, but they're gonna have to be what everybody hopes for them to be. But I got it. Look, AP Todd, AP special for everyone today. Look at Taj, man. Look at Taj. This Taj is AP. Taj is an AP supporter, man. That's what he consistent, man. I appreciate him.
Yo, I'm not look
3 wings and a biscuit. He love a deal. AP love a deal, bro. What? I ain't gonna lie to you. AP, real talk. And shout out Chris Paul. Y'all didn't know this. Chris Paul's a Nigerian too. That's why Nigerians be winning. Chris Paul's Nigerian. So like, y'all, here he is actually. I know y'all see Chris Paul, but he's y'all should look. His person
AP loves some Nigerians.
He loves some Nigerians.
Let me find out about AP. Man.
Yeah, but you know what? And he's got a lot.
Something on the side.
And he's got a lot of traits. He's got a lot of Nigerian traits. I won't lie to you. Like we're hagglers. We like to like hustle. Like you know what I'm saying? Like trying to find like the low deal. He's good. I ain't gonna lie. I could take him to a Nigerian market and he'd be a beast. Like he's a great negotiator for what he wants. Very cheap, but it's okay to be cheap when you get what you want.
He's gonna keep some money in his pocket, right? Washington got a lot of money to spend. He's gonna keep some of the money in his pocket. Now he's doing a good job with the money, though. If you really look at the money,
yeah.
You know what? George. That's a good question, man.
That's a good one. No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
It has to be if they get like the market price for him. If they're willing to, I mean, if it's like a 5th rounder, then yeah, I think they would go after him. But if it's not that, from what I read in Jacksonville, they're not trading him for like they're not trading him for something like that. Because I heard the offers are pretty terrible, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because he had a terrible season last year.
I know. I
know. His rookie campaign was great. His second season was, you know what I'm saying. And so if you Jacksonville, you want to see this bad boy play out. Now, if it's the first couple of games, if everything's not going well, by the trade deadline, Brian Thomas Jr. might be gone.
I knew it was going to happen. Everyone talk about Snead from the Titans. He got way. He's about to get released. Look, man. I'm gonna be real. People get mad about it's wild. People get mad about Mikey saying that Mikey's kind of took a step back. Snead and took a big. He's been bad for 2 years. Yeah, he was supposed to be one of the best corners in the league, and it's been bad. Like I won't say bad, but it's been very, very disappointing his last 2 seasons in Tennessee and injured. And we've kind of did that injured thing. Don't forget with a guy that we wanted in Marshawn, and look what happened. So I don't think we need to. Again, Adam has learned from his lessons. Let's kind of I don't know. You know what I mean? We've done that already. Been there, done that. That's a new.
You know what's crazy though, Wole? What's crazy is, man, you ain't gonna go to the store and buy a broke clock. You ain't gonna go to the store and buy a broke TV, right? Yo, why people want broke stuff that come on the team, man? Yo, that's
true. That's a good point.
You ain't gonna buy no car with like 3 good tires. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. No, it's true. The problem is when you see the issue is that when you see somebody play, when you see somebody play at a high level, you kind of you're conditioned to think they still are that person. And a lot of times when their play is that bad, like it is what it is. Like that's what they are. So he's not the same dude that was in Kansas City. And I would say this also that sometimes when you're playing with a coordinator like Spags, he can use you to what you do best, and it kind of emphasizes what you are. Sometimes there are players who coaches kind of make them look a certain way. They may not like in a different system. They're not that particular player. That's all. But he definitely struggled in Tennessee. So
he did.
Question. Todd has a question. Are we at a point of free agency where all the players left are roster fillers? I think they're not yet. Not yet. I think there's one play. I mean, I think wide receiver still play. So I think wide receiver. Yeah, just wide receiver. I don't think there's any. Yeah, I think the rest will probably be roster fillers now that I think about it. There's nobody in free agency that I think they'll bring in that they would say, okay, that's going to be my starting player. I don't think in free agency. I think the rest will probably be the draft. It'd be wide receiver and the rest of the draft. Dandin got a question. Super chat, man. Appreciate you, Dandin. He says, question for the fellas. Do you see an AP drafting their starting center in the draft? There's some good ones this year.
Yeah, I think they would draft a center. I think they would draft a center. They're not going to take the center with the very first pick. This draft is deep with centers. I think they will put a center on this team. If you watch the Commanders, again, not at 7. The next pick's not to the 3rd round. I think that 3rd round pick will probably be a center, in my opinion, if they don't get one in free agency.
I agree with you. I think they want a cheaper. I think they want a cheaper center and somebody who has potential. So I do think, to your point, Glenn, I believe that he is. I believe that they will draft a center. I do. I think they'll draft a center. I don't know what I think. I can see them drafting a center with the third round with their third round pick. Yeah. I don't know if I'm in favor of it, but I can see them doing it. I can definitely see, and that's typically would be a starting player.
Yeah,
that's a starting player. Like a 3rd rounder is a starting player. I think somebody asked if Ja'Cory Brooks still on the roster. I think he's still on the roster. And if he is, he's like, a roster spot guy, but not like a starter, like a roster, like practice squad type of dude, a dude who can try to make the team. I don't look at, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't look at Ja'Cory. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Ja'Cory. It was a good story, but nobody really worried about Ja'Cory. I'm gonna take this off. Yeah, nobody's really worried about Ja'Cory. Todd said, third round, the kid from Texas A&M, Zoom. I think that's a center, I believe. I'm guessing. I gotta look him up. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be looking at centers. I ain't gonna lie. In the draft, I'm not looking at centers. I ain't gonna be that person and be like, oh, I saw that player. I saw that player. Nah, I saw like the top, like a lot of the top players.
But Todd, you got me do some homework, man. I'm gonna have to do some homework on this kid. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go look.
No one mentioned Wiley can play center.
Yeah, but he at least Wiley played center before, because again, there was a question. Go back and watch the Trent Scott interview again. I'm sorry, I keep going back to these press conferences, and a certain reporter, I'm not gonna say his name, asked Trent Scott, was he coming back to play center? Like, come on, this dude has never played center. Stop asking stuff that you know is not going to happen. Just trying to get a story. It's not going to happen. It was better off he would have ever asked Wiley, you think about playing center. Look, Washington has a plan at center. We may not like that plan. Algretti's in that plan. If let's call it what it is, he's in that plan. We don't know what the other plans are for center is, but for some reason they like Algretti. And let's not forget, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it Algretti the center when the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl?
I think he was the center. I know Wiley and them were on the same. Was Wiley on that?
Wiley was on that team. Algretti was on that team. So again, the guys played at the top level. Not saying that he's the best center out there. I'm just saying he's played there. Again, when we talk about competition, there will be competition at the center position. And the best lineman is going to win. So again, to that reporter, it will not be Trent Scott. So
I think Todd said, what do you make of Chris Paul market not materializing? I think we don't know what his market was. If you read the report, it seemed like his market was probably what folks thought it would be. So it was more. I think he's probably looking for a longer deal, and it sounded like he chose Washington. To be honest with you, to be real with you, from the report saying like he chose Washington. So yeah, I don't know if it materialized, but it sounded like from the report that I read that the way I interpreted it was that he chose Washington. So
Yeah. And it's crazy because he chose Washington, and they only gave him a 1-year deal.
yeah, I don't know, but I think he probably, I don't know. Again, I don't, when the report hasn't come out of what he's going to make either. So I don't know what the contract is, to be real with you. So
Yeah.
it's hard for me. I'm not going to, let me take that back. I can't assume anything because I don't know what his market is because I don't know the contract. No one put out the contract that like the money. Has the money been put out there? I just
Not
see
that I have.
1 year. I just saw a 1 year deal. I didn't see how much he
So
was.
somewhere I think I saw like $8 million, but I don't
Which I
think that's
thought,
right.
if it was, that's about what I thought he was going to make anyway. I didn't
Yeah.
think he was getting. That's why I said the market. It's funny because that's what I felt like that was his market. I
Now,
knew he wouldn't be. Go ahead.
on Football Focus, I can't remember what site I'm on. It said his market was about 12 million.
12 million.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he got. So I don't know what he got, to be honest with you. So it's hard for me to tell you what he got. No one knows what he got from the team. So
Yeah.
that hasn't been reported. So I don't know.
Mm-mm.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad he's back though, man. Paul may have had a similar. Was it like? Yeah, Paul was supposed to go to the Browns. They chose someone else. That's what.
Okay.
That's what Paul said. What we got here?
Hey, who did the Browns choose? God, dog.
Have y'all heard what Bullet put out there about Paul and Coleman and the zone blocking scheme? No, I did not.
No.
Oh, Matt. Oh, like yeah, I have not. I'll be out here looking at everybody's like schemes and stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Can't be doing that. I don't have time. I have basketball practice.
Look, I'll put it this way: if Paul's on the same side with Lovey Tunzel, which I think they should be, then they're really
they're good.
They're good. Coleman, on the other hand, Coleman is really fighting for. I mean, they're all fighting for a job, but again,
Coleman's he's gonna be on the we'll see.
He's gonna play.
We'll see who's gonna be at, man. Because I think that again, if I'm interested to see how this word competition is used. You know what I mean? Because I do think that Brandon Coleman is good. He's not a bad player. He's a good player. And to see, if he gets a chance to play a tackle spot, like not left tackle, but I mean like an opportunity to stay a right tackle or something like that, I think he's good enough to play right tackle. So what did Todd say? Todd said he said that the team thought Coleman was a better fit in the zone blocker scheme than Paul. That was why they was willing to let him walk.
Oh, you know what? I said that earlier, Todd, before you got on, because even though Chris Paul was good in the pass blocking, his run blocking,
you didn't say that.
His run blocking was terrible. So now I get what it was. It was a zone blocking. I don't know how they block zone. I'm gonna have to go back and see how they blocked it. Again, zone blocking is not, I can say, difficult. It's not. It is. You reading. Depends on if you're playing 3 or 4 defense. Most of it turns into double teams. It depends if you're going to the next level or not, or you staying on the first level. What they tell you if you play on a 4, you helping with the guard, tackle beside you, whether which one of y'all covered or uncovered, to make sure that you get the double team first, so you can create the holes and gaps. So we'll see. But again, that was a Cliff Kingsbury offensive system and rules.
Yeah.
Right. So you see how David Blah's teaching it in his rules, because everybody teaches zone blocking different ways. Some people like it, some people don't. So it's.
Man, and Paul be it. If it's about who the better one, Paul probably. I mean, I hope Brandon Coleman. Brandon Coleman's good, man. He's good too. So I'm not going to say that he ain't good. I like Brandon Coleman, but I think Chris Paul showed you his work, and I didn't have an issue. Honestly, even in run blocking, I thought he was okay for me. So I don't know. I don't think he was horrible. I mean, I knew he was great in pass pro, and in the NFL, everybody talks about it's a passing league. They keep saying it's a passing league. I know a lot of people would prefer to keep their quarterback upright. So that would be something I think that would benefit Chris Paul.
Yeah, I agree with this. If we get Love, Bill is done. I do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why DC Slim, man. We on point tonight, DC. But I'm gonna tell you why I think Bill is done, because again, we talked about it last night a little bit. Bill puts the ball on the ground. Bill puts the ball on the ground. Bill also, he does catch out of the backfield, but he doesn't catch as great as the other two.
Yeah.
Out of the backfield.
Yeah.
So again, if you have two guys, White can catch his butt off out of the backfield. We know that. Jeremiah Love, what he saw in college, he can catch out of the backfield as well and go. So Bill might be again. They'll keep him around because he's a rotation player. Also, again, let's not forget Bill. Bill is a 7th-round pick. Not that I'm not saying the ship has sailed on Bill.
No,
I think Bill can give you some good things, and I think running by committee, it will be good for this Washington's team. So,
I think that if they don't, I think they're preparing themselves just in case they don't get Love. I think they put themselves in a good situation where if they don't get Love, Bill will get the opportunity to do what many want him to do. If they get Love, then to what everybody's saying, like, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
you can ask. Here's a good question from Scott.
Yeah, what you Scott say?
Yo, what you got, Wole? If Sonny and Love are both at 7,
I'm taking Love. Sonny's not I'm taking Love. It's easy for me. I don't think that, again, I think Sonny's getting a lot of love. That's funny, a lot of love. Sonny's getting a lot of attention because of his 40 time. But I'm going to keep saying it. Love has been the best player on his team and on the field most of the time. Sonny on his own team wasn't even the best defender. So I'm always gonna go with a better player. I think Love is a better player.
Yeah, I think same thing here. I think you go with Love. They're both at 7. But I do think if you got Love and Caleb Downs at 7, you go with Caleb.
It's possible if you want to. I get the argument. I'm not gonna knock it. I'm still going with Love. I think Love is the best player in the draft, but I think that Downs ain't that far off though. I think he's just a safety, and people would tend to shy away from safety at that early. But I think you're not gonna hear me say that Caleb Downs ain't a dog. He a dog.
A dog.
Caleb Downs a dog, by far. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Trinity,
y'all doing that's your question. Glenn already answered it. Glenn said he would do Caleb Downs.
I would do Caleb over Love. Yeah. That's just me.
I would.
Because I'm a defensive guy. I think defense wins championships. I love defense. I think you take the best player.
Well, who is the best player on the draft? To me, it's Love, but that's me though. To me, it's Love, but then maybe then I would probably have Downs too as players. Also, those are my 2 rated best players in the draft.
Yeah.
Let's see. I watched Love crying on the sideline because Prices was taking his carries away. Yeah, they like to split carries. They split carries. I don't know. They had a good running back situation. I'm gonna say this. This is the reason why I respect Love, and you can respect Price too. Is that they had no passing game for real. They quarterback stuck, and they were able to that's how I knew that that's when I knew that Kenneth Walker was good, and when I watched them at Michigan State ain't had no quarterback, and all they could do was run the football, and no one could stop him. No one could stop Kenneth Walker in college. I was like, God damn, they can't throw in it. No one can stop this dude. Period. We had a tough defense, and we couldn't stop Kenneth Walker. I was like, all right, this dude is like that. Same thing with Love. They ain't have no quarterback who throw the football for real, and that man still get his yards, and he got his yards against high, talented defenses. So that's why I know he's good. I know he's good. I feel like you put him in another team with a bunch of talent, his numbers would have been that much thorough. That's how good he is. If you put him on a team with a bunch of talent, like a good quarterback, like a respectable quarterback who really throw the football, he would be 10 times better. 10 times better. Yeah. Todd says, question, have y'all answered have y'all answered then question about the receivers situation, and if this gaming ship between Adam and Lynch? Oh, you talking about what's the name? He's talking about Ayuk.
Yeah. Yo.
I feel like I said this is what I'll answer it this way. I feel like Ayuk, if they sign I'm gonna say Debo. If they signed Debo, Ayuk was done. They're not waiting on no Ayuk. But go ahead, Glenn. How you want to answer this question?
I think Ayuk is messing up because if Washington's not going to give him Washington's not going to give him the $30 million that he turned down. In my opinion.
Oh, they're not going to give him that much. No, he's getting a cheap deal. He's getting a very cheap deal.
Right. Yeah. If he gets the cheap, so you gave up $30 million that San Francisco had already offered you. So again, to me, should have played for Lynch. You should have played for Lynch. You can't come over here. You're not coming over here and get that. Again, you don't want that. If this guy can come over here and be a model citizen, that's fine. But he can't come over here disrupting the locker room, and anything of that nature, right? He has to fit in. He has to play. He has to come in and adapt to this culture. And this team didn't have anybody like that. So I'm thinking, keep Ayuk away. We did a show last year, I believe, talking about the rumors with Ayuk, even in the offseason, right? He was a distraction in the offseason, right? How he's hanging out with Jade and all this. Don't be a distraction now. And he's a distraction. He's not even on this team. My opinion, don't sign this dude. Find somebody else. Let him in San Francisco battle that out. And you guys in Washington just to stay away from it. Stay away from it at all costs.
We got Slim with a super chat, man. Slim, you the man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
If none out there, I'm picking Malachi Fields or Jordan Tyson. Who y'all? Malachi Fields at number 7. That dude ain't going. That dude is not supposed to be a top. Malachi Fields is later in the draft. You ain't getting him that early.
Yo, I like Jordan Tyson though. I'm taking Jordan Tyson.
I like Jordan Tyson though. I do like, but you got to trade back to get Jordan Tyson. You can't get him at 7. He's not gonna. You can trade back and get Jordan Tyson.
I think you can.
You can trade. You can trade. Like if you really wanted to, you can like go down at least 3 spots down to get Jordan Tyson.
So how many Arizona State players do we need on this team? Let me stop.
I mean, I'm just. You probably. you don't get a bunch, bro.
I'm just joking.
They got a bunch.
Yeah, the Alabama wall, so might not have a Sun Devils, right?
Yeah, you're gonna get State, buddy. State is out there. We got who we got out here. Thanks, Slim. Appreciate you. So I would like to bring in another wide receiver to compete in the off season. Yeah, I think there's going to be another wide receiver. I just don't know who it's going to be.
It is. Yeah, there's a lot of wide receivers still out there though too.
Yeah. Where we go here? Why? Yeah. Oh yeah. He said. I think Todd just said he's getting the AP special. That means cheap. Cheap. Why did the Commanders not try to trade for Crosby? Wouldn't a player like that have been worth the first round?
All right.
That's for 2. Go ahead. Go for it.
Because I think a lot of people knew that something was going on with Crosby. I think a lot of people thought he knew that he was hurt. But again, if you look at it last year, he didn't finish the season.
He was already hurt. He was hurt.
He was hurt. So again, goes back to what I said about 20 minutes ago. Don't put money on things that keep breaking down, right? Don't put money in things that keep breaking down. Again, it's just like cars. If you, at a certain point when you keep put money into a car that ain't producing, you get rid of the car. The Raiders would get. You got to realize the Raiders are not a great football team, but they're willing to let one of their best players go.
Yeah,
they're already telling you what.
He wanted to go too, though. He wanted to go.
Yeah, but he wanted to go.
But it's more on him. He wants to go.
But it's more on him. But the team has the leverage. The team he has a contract. To look at, Myles Garrett wanted to go too. I'm gonna use quotation marks, right?
Well, no,
they wouldn't let him go.
He's one of them.
Right? Trey Hendrickson wanted to go last year, right?
Yeah.
But Cincinnati, like, nah, you can't go. So again, so if you really want to go, it is. But like I said, that's why I wouldn't go after Crosby. It would have been good. Go younger. It's a guy that's actually going to play and not be hurt. Because truth be told, when Washington played the Raiders last year, Crosby disappeared.
Who?
Max Crosby.
He was everywhere. That man was everywhere. No. You remember that game? He was everywhere. No. Max Crosby was a problem. No, he was a problem. Yeah, he's a problem. No, he was a problem. No, he was a problem. He didn't disappear. He was did he get an interception that game?
Nah.
I think he did. I think he got the tip interception. I think he did. Or he called for, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But Max Crosby's a problem.
Yeah.
Max Crosby's a problem. I ain't gonna lie to you.
If healthy.
He's gonna be healthy. This is the thing. This is the thing. I think Max Crosby, Washington don't have the collateral to get Max Crosby. And be real, they don't have they don't have it. They don't have it. And they need their draft picks this year. They can't go 2 back-to-back years and give them first rounders. They did that already. So that's my thing. That was where I'm at. Or giving up draft picks like that for Tunsil Tunsil was the second rounder, right? Second and third
plus
rounder.
You don't have that many draft picks anyway. So you
can't go that. You can't go back-to-back. Sorry, you can't go back-to-back years giving that amount of equity up. That's all. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Do I think Crosby is a dynamic player? Yes. Do I think he's a game changer? Yes. I don't think his injury is something that he can't come back from. To be honest with you, I think everybody knew about his injury. That's an injury that he'll be fine. He'll be perfectly fine. The way he plays football is that he has a motor, and he is going to always be around because he is relentless. That is his mentality. He will always be good at his job. that because his mentality allows him to be good. He is not a lazy football player. He
Not at
will
all.
always be good because if you watch him, he's going 110 miles per hour with a skill set. He will always be good. So I mean, I feel like Max Crosby will always like. Let's be real. Like if Washington did trade their draft picks and got Max Crosby, everybody would still be happy. It wouldn't even matter. I'm just saying that I understand them not doing it. That's where I would go with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that. Like
I agree with you, DC. I don't think we need him, but anyway.
I mean, I think anybody can use a Max Crosby. I won't say need. I think everybody would love to have a Max Crosby.
Yeah.
You could say, I mean, like if Max Crosby was traded to the Commanders, people would be happy. Like I guess that's my point. It wouldn't be like, damn, we did that for Max Crosby. Everybody would still be happy. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying.
I think we'll be happy.
Yeah. I think you got Max Crosby. We'll be happy. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, I think Glenn, you think we talked about enough? Or you think so?
No, I'm gonna get some more people in the chat. Hold on for a minute. We got this one. Yeah, that's a good one for here. Good question from Zen's World. I don't have a lot of faith in Martin. Maybe as an extra DB.
Oh, Quan Martin.
Quan Martin. Look, Quan is fighting for a job.
Yeah, he is. He's fighting for a start. He's fighting. No, he's competing for a starting job.
He's competing for a starting job.
That's what he is. But he is fighting, though. Yes, that is true. He is fighting.
If Quan doesn't become a better tackler, and I think in Durante Jones's defense, that Quan Martin would set on a bit. Because again, this is not a Joe Witt defense. This is not a Dan Quinn defense. Yeah. This is another coach who has a standard, and the standard will be tackling. You looked at some of the places he's been. Look at the tackling at Minnesota. It is tackling. If you can't tackle, I think the way that Durante Jones is going to set this bad boy up. If you can't tackle, you can't play.
Yeah, that's everybody saying the same thing you said. Zen World. Look at Slim has been real positive about these signings. Slim is like, y'all gotta clap it up for Slim because y'all be talking about my man Slim be negative. Slim is all he's not you, Glenn, but Slim is all for AP's picks. So it lets you know that Slim ain't a hater. He definitely likes. He likes what he likes, man. He likes what he likes. Question says for Taj. It says, I was looking at our D-line depth chart. Who is the odd man out? Baptiste, Jackson, Wise. Odd man out.
That's a hard one.
Out. It'd probably be Jackson.
It'd probably be Jackson.
It wouldn't be Baptiste because I think they like Baptiste.
And they want to see what Dietrich can do.
Yeah, let me even make this easier. We'll find out in training camp. No one knows. You gotta like work. Like I feel like if Drake Jackson balls out, and Baptiste balls out, I'm taking him over Wise because Wise is older. If they ball out, I'll take the younger. We talking about young. We talking about younger, faster, whatever. But you gotta make that imprint though. You gotta do that in camp. But I think we gotta wait in camp to see. Like that's how I look at it.
But we and you're still missing a name because you still got Doris Armstrong.
Oh, Doris is he's a starter.
Yeah, he's a starter. But I'm saying when you talk about these three guys,
they talk about because I know he's talking about even. But for real, even like the kid they got from Kansas City, like his body of work ain't better than said.
Charles,
yeah, he's not thorough. Like you look at his stats, it ain't like he's.
But one thing Charles does that these guys don't do, Charles can blitz from every position.
Yeah, but you can. But he's an edge rusher type dude. Charles, like Leo is the blitzer. Charles is just an edge rusher. Like you could do that with Drake. Drake Jackson could do that.
But the way that Spagnuolo used him in Kansas City is he could blitz he will go from the 0. He'll be on top of center one time.
You don't know what they 5. Yeah, but you know what you're going to do here. But I would say this though, and to counter it, I mean Charles was a 3rd, 4th round pick. Drake Jackson is a 1st rounder.
Yeah.
So his ability, if you want to go for not to say that means anything, but his ability is there like anything. Is Newton on the bubble? I don't think Newton's on the bubble. I don't think Trezon's on the bubble.
Based on what Newton did last year, this is his 3rd year, right? This is third.
This is third year.
This is 3rd year. Based off the way he ended the season last year,
I don't think he's on the bubble.
I don't think he's on the bubble neither.
Yeah.
Now that Taj, to be fair, that is the rotation as of today, March 13th, Friday 13th, March 13th. That's the rotation I'm interested in seeing. That's the room that I would love to be a fly on the wall in. That's the room right there because I want to think that room will be the most competitive room on this football team. Because all those dudes want to get on the field, and Kareem is going to rise to the top. Because again, you still kept Deron Payne. He's playing with younger guys, dog. Deron Payne playing with younger, hungrier people.
Yeah.
And and he's on his last year of his deal because I think so.
Yeah.
And then you got Settles.
Yeah.
So
gonna bring it to yeah. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. I told you that room right there is the most competitive room as of right now that's on this team.
Luba gonna be a specialized blitzer, man, and that would be a good thing.
Trade him. DC, you want to trade somebody? Trade him.
You know what? You actually could.
You could.
You actually could. I ain't saying I would. I don't think they will, but you actually could.
Because there's somebody could take his spot. There's somebody.
You actually could. I don't think he will be traded though, but you actually could though.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Yeah, trade him. Would have value for a trade. Yeah, he could.
Yeah, he could.
It's possible.
If Leo's doing what he's supposed to be doing in training camp and OTAs, and that's the guy who's versatile, who can move all over the place, why do you need Louisville?
I agree. It's possible. It's possible. It definitely is.
But this team, you know what this team does need?
Yeah.
a strong Mike back there. But we'll digress there.
I mean, George, I think look, man, this is when you give guys an opportunity. You don't know what you don't if you don't try.
You do get more opportunity, but you also have to have the backup to them too. So,
they need depth at that. I know
they need depth. They need depth at that position. They need depth at Mike back.
I mean, I think to be fair, like well, hopefully they have a plan. Yeah. Hopefully they got a plan. Yeah, Lou and McGee will be battling for clock. I don't think McGee's gonna. Todd, you don't like McGee. McGee's gonna be okay, bro. Your McGee gonna be all right, bro. Nobody, like real talk, nobody other than you, Todd, just was worried about McGee's burn. McGee, truth be told, folks, everybody loves McGee. You're like the only one, bro.
Yo, but here's my question to you guys. When do you give him a chance? Didn't he have a chance last year? He played. He played
well. That's why he played well. That's why they to a point that Dan Quinn came out at the end of the season, talked about it. It's not like he ain't been mentioned. He's the one mentioned in terms of a surprise player that was played well. He's the one. Yeah. So I was at the 54th. Was good.
What's up, man?
You don't gain depth by trading players when you bring in a possible upgrade. I agree.
I mean, I agree with that.
Totally agree. All right. Well, you got some more before?
Make sure y'all got more questions in the chat before we roll out tonight. Yeah. But we're here to talk. If y'all got more questions, we'll roll through. But again, it's great to have Dyami Brown back. It's great to have Trent Scott. Hey, again,
did we talk about Van Jefferson? Did we talk about Van Jefferson?
Oh, we didn't talk about Van Jefferson. All right, we signed Van Jefferson.
We signed Van Jefferson. We signed Van Jefferson. You know what I mean? I used to like his dad back in the day when he played for the Chargers. Yeah, I thought he was a good receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, Van fighting for a spot on this team because he has to prove himself.
It's good that look, man. He's a taller receiver. Yeah, I mean, we need competition.
Competition. I think he scored one touchdown last year.
Look, Von says look. The buttons, he loves it. Like Van Jefferson's a good pickup.
All jokes aside, I think Van is a good pickup. He plays with a different quarterback now, right? He plays with a different team, and I think it's a different team.
Yeah, no,
I think it's different. I think for being on a different team, being in a different atmosphere, having somebody else throw you the ball can make you improve. So all jokes aside, I think Van Jefferson is a good one of those good Adam Peters picks where you can save a dollar or two and see if he can perform. Again, he's giving people opportunities.
Yeah, he's a Chris. Yeah, you're right. He's a Chris Moore type of pick.
He better drop the ball like Chris Moore. I'll tell you that much.
He is a Chris Moore type of pick. Oh, is Chris Moore still on? Is he still on contract? No. Yeah, no hate on Van Jefferson. He can play. No hate. Van can play. Yeah.
He can play. He can play.
We'll do
the panel in the chat. Grade Adam so far. I give him an A. I'm not gonna say a lot to you. I give DC. I give him an A. I'm gonna tell you why I give him an A.
Go for it, bro.
I give him an A because he met some of the needs we had with decent players. They built up the defense. You got new faces. They got younger, right? They got younger. They got faster. on paper, right? I give him an A.
On paper. I like that.
Ask me about week 4 or 5.
I like that on paper.
And I'll tell you, as of today, on paper, he gets the A. Week 4 or 5, it just doesn't pan out. I tell you, man, you know what? Dang, some of these dudes because we said it last night. Some of these guys we're taking chances on.
Yeah.
Right? Some of these guys have played for top quality teams. Now they're on their own. We're gonna have to see how this defense and how Durante Jones. There's gonna be a lot on Durante Jones. How can he mesh this team, these units together? These position coaches. There's gonna be a lot on these position coaches. Daryl Tapp has one of the hardest jobs there is. Right? Ken Norton gonna have a tough job this year. He's gonna have to find a linebacker that can really play. That can really come down here and be that guy. Right? He's gonna have to coach Louisville back up to what he was 2 years ago. So there's a lot of things that's there when you talk about position coaches in this season. So I give him an A so far.
Yeah, I got like incomplete. I don't know until week 1.
No. Hey, we're not gonna let him off the. We're not gonna let him off the. Look, DC, we're not letting him off the hook.
To like week
pick a
1.
grade. Pick a grade.
All right, let me see. No grade. Let me give me a grade. I'm gonna give it a B plus. That's fair. I'll give it a B plus.
Oh, okay. Good point. Good question, Taj. Man, y'all hitting them up tonight. If it looks bad by week 5, is it Adam? Is it Adam or the coaches?
Oh, it's both.
I'm gonna say the coaches. You know why? Because you had OTAs to get it right. You had training camp to get it right. If the players don't perform, it's the coaches, not the person who brings the players in. All right? Because guess what? The two coaches have a decision, and if they look bad by week 5, it's all on Dan Quinn. And I'm gonna jump on that DC Slim bandwagon again. Get them out of here.
I'm gonna say both. Because like I said before, if it's a problem, because the people who weren't proven, because there are a lot of guys who are not proven, so that means they didn't pan out, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's my point. Like you brought in guys who aren't proven to help you win. Like usually, if you look at the winners in the league, like that's what I'm saying. It's both. I'm not going to say just one. It's both. Because if you look at the good coaches in the league, the elite coaches, yes, they can take non-proven dudes and do a lot with them. Like Kyle's like done that. But again, if you're not that level of a coach, then it's up to your GM to give you talent. You can't just give non-proven dudes. You got to get like there's a reason. Like if you watch even Sean McVay, I use him as an example all the time. When he went to the Rams, he was unproven. No one knew what he was. So the ownership in that group, they gave him a bunch of talent. They didn't even play. They gave him talent. They gave him the elite talent to work with. So all I'm saying is that it's a little bit of both. You can't get mad at somebody. Like you can get mad at coaching, and you can tell what bad coaching looks like. So if it's horrible, it's got to be a different look. It got to look bad. We had bad coaching last year. We knew what that looked like. So that's what I'm saying. So
I agree with you a little bit of both. But again, at week 5, I think we'll know.
We'll know by watching the product. We'll just know.
If players understand, if we got DBs running into each other, that's a problem. We got D linemen running. It's about the scheme. So Taj, good question, but I think I'm gonna always blame coaches, right? I'm not gonna blame. It's like in high school. I don't blame the athletic director, right? I blame the guys who coach the kids.
I'm not blaming players. I'm blaming, like I said, is it coaches, GM, is AP or the coaches? It's still like to me both. I don't blame the players because I think like for instance, I said this before. Oway didn't ask for that money. Oway didn't say you got to give me this money. They chose to give him that money. And because Oway has been, like I said, his stat line is 7.5 to 10 sacks. It's both to me. It's like that's all. It'd be both.
Yeah, he gave everybody what they need. I think to your point, Taj. I think those conversations that Dan Quinn and Adam Peters had during the offseason. Remember, go back to the press conference. We're just terrible. We're not gonna let this happen again. And the only way that you can't let it happen again is you have to assess your team. Assess what you did well, what you didn't do well, which this team didn't do much well last year, and bring different players in.
Look at Slim.
You gotta keep moving, right?
Look at Slim. What is happening?
I agree with you on that, Slim. If everybody's still healthy, right? Yeah. I think the Eagles have taken a step back.
What is happening?
So I think the Eagles have taken a step back, and the NFC East is wide open, man.
Yeah, it's all on JD5. I agree with you.
No,
That too.
it was
That too was on JD5. I mean, what happened?
No, here it is. I want to bring this in, yo. If he fails, are we all in on Tomlin? I am.
Tomlin ain't coaching. I think Tomlin ain't coaching no more. He ain't trying to come over here.
Yo, look. If Dan Quinn is gone, I'm all in on Tomlin.
Look, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. If Dan Quinn is terrible, I'm trying to get Kyle out of San Fran coming over here. That's what I'm at right now.
Yo, bring the brother.
I'm about retrading, folks, man. I'm all about retrading now.
Bring the brother to DC. Bring the brother to DC.
Man, we would ruin him, man. Hey, okay, well, they picked the ops day one. Yeah, man. You already know. Paul, you already know what time, but you know how we do. You know what I'm saying? We bring out. Yeah, take DC's temperature. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I love Tomlin, but Tomlin is Mr. Cliche. Yeah, Tomlin do be having a lot of
he does. He does.
He do got a lot of quotes. Oh, I see.
But my man's $20 million sitting at home. He'll be in somebody's spoof next year.
Oh man, the best free. Look, this was the best free agency in Redskin history. We saved a lot of money, so we won't be hurt if this fails. What?
True. Slim, that is true, man.
That is so positive. Oh my god.
Yo, that is true, but also saved a lot of money. So if you can always recoup what you lost, and then or is he saving his money because he wants somebody bigger out there? You know what I'm saying?
Or he's just trying to pay Jaden eventually down the road.
That too.
Yeah. So what we got here? Yeah, we did save money and address needs in a balanced way. It's definitely Friday the 13th. Slim is being extra positive. 08 gives me a Rakpo vibes. Nah, they both Nigerian, so I'll give you that.
Rakpo was good. Rakpo was good his first season, though, right?
I'm gonna tell you, Rakpo's always been good to me. The only issue, not an issue, is that I wish Rakpo had like the D tackles we had later on, like Allen and Payne, because Rakpo will always go wide, but our D tackles never push the pocket.
Yeah.
So he would always just miss. If he had a good interior defense, he would have like a bunch of sacks. Because he always got pressure, he would just always miss wide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got held a lot. He did. Rakpo got held a lot. That's how dynamic. He would give us 10 holding calls. How good he was. You know what I'm saying? So, I like a Rakpo. I thought Rakpo got a bum rap over here. To be real with you.
Yeah.
We thought, it was truly undervalued. Yep. Yeah, Josh, very undervalued. I agree. I definitely agree. All right, there no one bigger left. This free agency is not going to get any crazy. I agree. I just am stuck in a place over getting unproven guys. I think we need a game changer. Kevin, I'm kind of with you. I want a game changer too on defense personally, but that's why I'm like, we don't know. We're just gonna have to see how it works out. I know what you mean, Kevin. I know what you mean. Mm-hmm. I've always said I wanted Jaden Daniels on the defensive side of football. We'll see. That can still happen. One of these dudes may pan out for real. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thought Louisville was going to be a game changer. So after like the first part of the season, it was like, oh, Louisville's that game changer. They would even say he's the Micah Parsons of our defense. I heard that in season 1.
So sometimes we gotta be careful what we say.
I know. I heard that in season 1. I was like, okay. You guys gotta be careful how y'all talk.
Everything shouldn't be compared. I'm just leave it like that.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? I agree.
Yeah. Nope. But hey, it's been dope. This is a big story for the night. Unless we got something else, man.
Yeah, I think we good, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. You guys are dope. Yeah. We had a good one, man. Look, we had to do a show. We had to do a show. Like we had a reunion, so we had to give y'all a show. Then Paul came. Then Paul hit us with his grace and said, "All right, I'm coming back too." We had to do a show. We had to.
Had to. So if something big breaks tomorrow, we'll go for day number 6.
We're here. We're here. we gonna be consistent.
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. So
exactly. Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Go Errrything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia, for ages. Yeti deuces. We are out.